Why the condition of the leadership team affects the whole organization. Well, we know that how well the leadership team is functioning, how tightly aligned those people are as a team, matters far beyond the team itself. And today I want to talk about how senior leaders are often much more visible than they realize, and how the way they work together really sets the tone across the whole organization. And this has big impacts in terms of how people feel about their work and the outcomes that they can produce for your business.
Why does the way a leadership team works together matter so much for the rest of the organization?
Yes, people take their cues from leadership behavior, and we know this from common sense and from research. So, for example, the Culture 500 survey analyzed around 1.5 million employee reviews. The overwhelming finding from that survey: culture is shaped by what leaders do, not what they say or what they tell you to do. And alongside that, leadership teams are much more visible than they realize. One of my clients said to me, Nick, it's like being in a giant goldfish bowl. Everybody sees everything you do, they hear everything you say. As a member of that leadership team, you cannot not be a visible role model. So there's this massive link between how your leadership team behaves and the culture that forms around and beneath it in the rest of your business.
What signals do people across the organization pick up from the senior team?
The first signal that people really pick up on is about alignment. Are those leaders all pulling together in one direction, or are they pulling in different directions? And then there's the behavior that people will see. How those leaders are in meetings. Are they open with each other? Do they challenge in a way which is really constructive? Do they give respect but not avoid conflict? And people will notice the tone and the energy of those senior leadership team members, as much as the formal decisions that they make.
What tends to happen in an organization when the senior leadership team is well aligned?
Well, when that leadership team is really well aligned, when the members of it are really tight with each other, there's a clarity that comes across. All the members understand the direction they've set, they understand the priorities that they've agreed upon, and that just comes across to everybody else in the rest of the organization really clearly. And then there's a kind of speed and quality. Decisions are made really fast. They move into action much more cleanly. Alongside that, there's a real increase in confidence. Members of that senior leadership team act without second guessing each other.
So, if you're a leader who wants to deal with these issues, what should you do?
A simple thing you can ask yourself is this: if people across the organization copied the way that this leadership team works together, what kind of culture would that create? I'm Nick Robinson. Through my program, The Shift, I help senior leadership teams who sense they're not quite working together as well as they could. Follow me here for more insights or get in touch to see if I can help.